Hi everyone! For today's card I'm going to use the Stampin' Bella Oddball Scarecrow. I've just started collecting these oddballs and I finally found them locally. So I love them. I love the artwork. They're a bit mad and they're so up my alley of that sort of slightly weird looking kind of creature. So I've got her. And there is a sentiment with this one. They're just a rubber stamp, fairly big. They'll fit on a standard A2 size card, or an A6 if you're in the UK or South Africa or thereabout. And the oddball collection for me is just, like I say, it's that really whimsical, mad, crazy looking kind of thing. Anyway, I love it. So I've got that stamp set here. And what I did is, this is a piece of Stampin' Up, what is this one? Crumb cake cardstock, which to me looked very much like a, I want to say like a craft kind of cardstock. And I stamped it using both a Stamp-A-Majig, just so that I could line up the images and the sentiment so that it was somewhat central to that panel. You don't have to do that, you can just wing it, but because it's a rubber stamp and you can't see through it or from the back, you don't know exactly where it is. Stamp-A-Majig, again, like my previous few videos, they're brilliant. And I also used, because it's kind of fall, autumn kind of thing, I decided to use VersaFine in Vintage Sepia, just because it has that more brown tone rather than a black ink. My card base is going to be Mango Melody at least, which measures 8.5 by 5.5 and then scored at 4 1/4. So it's going to open this way. And I just thought this colour worked really well for a sort of autumnal thing. It's one of the newer colours, or new to me colours from Stampin' Up. So yeah. I'm also going to use some Mango Melody ink and one of these. This is just a makeup sponge that I got off Amazon. It's very similar to the Life Changing brushes, which I think are they Picket Fence? I'm not sure. But I think they're called Life Changing brushes. And then I'm also going to use a Newton's Nook pumpkin patch stencil, and you'll see what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that next because this is still stuck temporarily to my craft sheet. And then I'm also going to colour it in with some Faber-Castell. Is that how you say it? It's been a while. They've been around for forever. And I've got some colours here that I'm basically going to use this as a colour guide for me. I'm going to do very basic colouring. I'm not going to do any shading or anything like that really. I'm just going to colour in with colour the image in. So this is very simple crafting if you want to do something really basic but still looks really, really good. This is very, very easy to do. So I'm not going to, they've got some beautiful shading and sort of highlights in the hair and all that sort of thing. Let's see if I can get it closer for you. But I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to keep it very simple. So you'll see that. But I use the colours as a guide. So that's a good idea. If you've got a stamp set and it's got a colour guide on it like that, take the colours and use them. You know, get as close to what you can. So I have the colours here, and as I go through and colour this in, actually I might speed it up just because of time. So I've got earth green yellowish, I've got dark chrome yellow, I have dark cadmium orange, if I've said that right, I have raw umber, I have warm grey 5, black, and let me guess, white. So I have those colours. Those are, so there's how many? 3, 4, 5, 7 colours, basic colouring. I'll speed through the colouring now and I'll come back and I will show you the coloured image, and then we will do some stenciling. Very easy stenciling again. So that's, like I say, just very simple colouring. There's nothing fancy about that. Just colour your images in and they'll look great. What I will do is take a black Sakura gel pen and just highlight the eyeballs of like the skulls and the crow and the little girl as well. But I'll do that in a minute. So first, this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take the stencil that we spoke about and I'm going to place that on here. I'm probably going to just stick a piece of washi tape just either side of it, just so that it helps to hold it in place. And I've got, I don't know if you're going to pick this up on the camera, but I've actually got it so that the edge of the card underneath is not right on the edge of the stencil, so when the ink goes on it'll look like the pattern goes off the page, and that way it just makes it look more real, I suppose. so I'm just going to line this up sort of somewhat, and just stick some washi on there just to hold it in place. The cardstock is still stuck in place with some washi, like I said earlier. I've got Mango Melody, just because that's the same colour cardstock as the base card, and I've got this little doobry, what's it. Now what I'm going to do is I can see where my image is and my sentiment. I'm not going to go over that, I'm going to go kind of round it. I just thought it needed something. So it's not a hard and fast kind of thing. This is just, I've never really done this before either, so this is going to be winging it, but we'll see. It should work fairly well. And just so that there's like a subtle bit of imagery in the background, just to give it a little bit more of something, you know. So I'm just carefully going around. Like I say, I can see where the images are, whether it's the stamp or the the sentiment or the actual image, and then I'm just coming in with the ink. Around there, and this doesn't take long. That's probably another thing that I want to try and use more of, especially this sort of seasonal kind of stuff. This is where it becomes quite a fun thing to do. And use more of my stencils. I always forget my stencils. I love them and I buy them, but I often forget that I've got them. I don't forget that I've got them, that's wrong, but I forget to use them, and I just think that's so bad. We have these beautiful things and we forget to use them. The other thing that this is going to do is it's going to highlight the image, so it's going to make it look like it's in the spotlight almost. And you'll see what I mean when I take this off. The other way of doing this is to actually put a piece of, like a cutout of a piece of masking tape or some post-it tape over the image and then just ink over the top. You can do that too. So I think that should be enough. I just wanted something on there. Just while that sits for a second, just in case you don't know, to clean these types of brushes, just use a microfiber cloth, yes mine needs a wash, and just rub it on there. I've never had to wash these brushes, and you just keep going until there's no ink left. And you can always, you know, sort of put it onto a piece of white paper or card, you know, copy paper or something. There you go, done. So it's that easy. So right, so let's get this off and see what we made. If I can. Hello. And I'll clean that in a second. And then, do you see? Look how cool that looks. Oh my god, I love it. Like I say, I've not. Oh, don't worry about the back. Look, doesn't that look cool? Oh my god, I love it. Okay, I went probably a little closer, but because the brush is so soft, it doesn't matter. It's sort of, even though it's quite like it's really close in some areas, but it doesn't actually matter. It still looks so cool. Oh, well chuffed with that. Right, I'm just going to clean up and I'll be back. Hey guys, right, I've cleaned up, but I feel like even though this looks very cool on there, I feel like I need vintage photo distressing. It's just, you know, got to be done. So I'm going to just quickly ink these edges. Will I do it like that? Should I do it like this? Let's do it like this. Just very quickly. I feel like for like the fall, or if you want like a grungy kind of look, or a Halloween, I think lends itself to it, but even Christmas you could do this and sort of have this vintagey look where it looks kind of messed up, you know. I love it. And then because I've done that, do you see, it just makes it look almost like it's dirty. I love it. I don't know why, but I love it. Right, and just cause I can, I'm going to clean this off because I don't really want this on the back of my card. And I'm going to ink my card as well, and you'll see the difference this will make. But I'm going to try and hold the card still while I go around. So excuse the arm if it gets in the way. But it's so that I don't pick up any ink that's on the mat and put it onto the card itself. I mean, hey, if it gets there, it gets there, right? Ooh. Doing this, but I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but this is me, so we're just gonna go with it. I think that should be good. Right, so let me just get rid of this. Bit of clean up, microfiber cloth. Woo. Right, so look, do you see? I hope you can see the difference this has made. So we're using, what is this, Mango Melody from the Brights collection of Stampin' Up. But look at how we can slightly change it a little bit more. But even without that, it would have been a good card, but I think it's just going to look so much better with it. Oh, I love it. Right, so, because I think this time of year, should I foam it? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Ooh. Let's just stick it flat, I think. No, I'm going to put foam on it. I can't help it. I just think that everything needs to be popped up. So, let's just... I was going to say, I think I can cut this. Be better if I can cut it right. So it's just I think when you've got like a plain, well it's not plain, but when you've put your artwork into the main panel of your card, or the front of your card, then I think to lift it with a bit of foam is going to you know, just add something else to your card. Just take it another step further, if you know what I mean. So you don't have to. You could easily have stuck that flat and it would have looked just as lovely. But yeah, I feel like I have to do this on everything. So we're doing it on this one. Right, come on. And I'm stuck. Right. See if I can get it on you. This is always it never lines up straight for me. It's Halloween, right, so it doesn't really matter. Let's be honest. If it's wonky, it don't matter. But that's pretty good. So the last thing I want to do is just add, like I said, this it's a Sakura pen. What can I do? I'm just going to use this just to start it. And I want a really tiny little dot on the eye of the what's he called? The crow. And then I'm just doing the skulls on her as well. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. Right, I'm going to stop now. So, there you go, guys. Hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you like this sort of stenciling technique. I just obviously picked one because this is more of a fall Halloween type card. So I picked one that worked with it, but you could use anything. If you don't have specific themed stencils, but you've got a really good image of whatever you're using it for, whether it's Halloween, fall, Christmas, or birthdays, whatever. Just pick something neutral, like like circles or stripes or anything like that. It doesn't matter. That you'll still get that lovely effect around it, and I just think it worked out really cool. Actually, I'm quite chuffed with how it turned out. So, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. I am so grateful for all of you being here, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Happy fall stroke Halloween. I can't wait. Bye.